Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. So the other day I did an Andrew Wiggins OKC Thunder rebuild, which is a rumor I've been seeing all over the internet about a trade going down. And I told you guys if you liked that video, then I would go ahead and do the Minnesota Timberwolves side of things. So that is what we are doing for today's video here, guys. It's going to be Chris Paul and Danillio Gallinari on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So before we get going on this, if you guys can please do me a quick favor and drop a like on this video. Remember, guys, it only takes a second of your time. Really helps to grow the channel. And, the goal is always 1,000 likes. If you guys don't mind helping me get there, it would be greatly appreciated. And as always, check out that second channel, Extra Crispy, for daily NBA content over there, man. I just did a Flight Reacts drinking game. So, yeah, guys, you're going to see that video. It might be up now, might not be quite yet, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, so you're looking at this team with Chris Paul and Danilo Gallinari. To me, it is like the absolutely perfect fit because, for one, you get Chris Paul on the squad right there, and it's like, yes, his contract's not great, but with that being said, he would be able to get the most out of Karl-Anthony Towns, even more so than before, because Cat, of course, is one of the greatest centers in the entire NBA. But yeah, man, like last season, Chris Paul, 16 points, 4 or 5 rebounds, 8 assists per game, 2 steals, and that was playing with James Harden. We don't know exactly what he would be like, just being like the head guy out there. But not to mention, I also think he would be a great mentor to a guy like a Jared Culver. Of course, was their rookie draft pick this season, so 6'7" from Texas Tech. Shooting guard for the team right there. You get Gallinari, who gives them an instant stretch big, which is going to be nice, with Karl-Anthony Towns out there too, just because both these guys can shoot, so the spacing's there. But probably the best thing I like about this trade is that it opens up that starting small forward spot without a doubt in his mind to Robert Covington, who is one of the most underrated players in the entire NBA. Like, this guy just does everything out there you want your wing defenders to do these days. One of the best defensive guys there, period. And just so many great things about the aspect of his game. Now, with this trade, I will say this. I mean, really just like before the trade even, the biggest issue with this team, it's like, the starting five is good to go. This is fantastic, man. Like, this to me right here, this team, I don't know if I can say they're going to go like extremely deep in the Western Conference, but it gives you something to work with at least. But then it's really the bench unit that really kind of lacks out there. You got Jeff Teague now, who would be a backup point guard. I think my goal with him now is to try to trade him for like 2 decent bench players, like 2 guys that are like 76 overall, something like that, because Shabazz can be backup point guard. You got Noah Vonleh, who I actually do like a lot. Jake Layman's like fine enough. You got Josh Okogie out there too, who's like, I don't know why he's -1 all of a sudden, but yeah, man, so you definitely want to work on improving that bench, and I think that's the first move we are going to make is a trade of Jeff Teague. I will even toss in, because I know he's kind of got like a larger contract. It might be expiring now. It's either that or he's got a player option on it, but I think it's actually an expiring contract. So, yeah, we don't even got to toss in a draft pick. Just that right there would be good enough. And let's go ahead and see what's offered up. So we got Ersan Ilyasova and George Hill. Not bad. Definitely not bad. Larger contracts I really don't want to take on all that much. You got Thaddeus Young. You got Tristan Thompson. You got Patrick Beverley. Not doing that. Andre Iguodala, no. Although Iguodala would not be the worst player to have on this team. Not going to lie about that. Here you got Myers Leonard and Dion Waiters. I do have to give up Naz Reid, who I'm actually a big fan of. I got in a lot of rebuilds for 2K19. But, getting Myers Leonard for, like, our backup center and Dion Waiters, Waiters Island could really bring us a nice scoring shooting guard off the bench. So, last year for the Miami Heat, 12 points, 2-3 rebounds, 2-3 assists per game. Pretty efficient out there. I mean, 41% is not, like, the greatest efficiency, but 3-point shot was actually pretty damn good. And we know just 2 seasons ago, he was really nice for the Miami Heat. So, I kind of like the idea of this trade right here, guys. Myers Leonard, of course, kind of a stretch big out there. He had that really nice playoff game. I forgot who it was against, but he scored like 25 points or something like that. So, yeah, I'm going to do that trade and just help beef up the bench, a little bit right here, man. That's still going to be our starting 5. And bench unit, I'm going to go with a 9-man rotation, I will say. Yes, so let's get some more minutes out here to our starters. I want to get Covington about 35 a game, Gallinari about 34. We'll get Jared Culver, the rookie, at 31. We do have a system proficiency, a 3.5 star with balance with Ryan Saunders as our head coach. I'm good with Ryan Saunders. No problems with him whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead, though, and go over to player mentorships, and I'm going to have Jared Culver. I think I'm actually going to have him be mentored by Chris Paul. That seems like the move here, man. So Chris Paul will do that. We will go with Slithery Finisher since he's already got some progression in that one. Difficult shots, go with that. And Pump Fake Mastro. Bronze, we got Lob City Passer. We got Bailout. Quick First Step. There we go. Let's go with that one right there. All right. Player Training. And Jarrett is going to be, is there like an all-around shooting guard, all-around wing? Yeah, not really that. Wing scorer. Okay, once again, man, these are kind of trash as far as some of the like training things out there. You gotta wait till like later in the year before they really get to be somewhat special out there and people actually make them and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the starting five. Like I said, there's not really a lot of changes to make to that lineup. It's gonna be about the bench unit and just kind of also teetering between, you know, Gallinari and Chris Paul's contracts, and while looking to improve the team, you know, any way we can. Karl-Anthony Towns, I think, is in for a fantastic season. But you know what? I'm actually getting him at a few more minutes. I wanted this guy. He's young, man. 40 minutes per game. We're going all in. I want those Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love type numbers on the T-Wolves here, man, which he, of course, is capable of doing. So, but let's go ahead, simulate this first NBA season, see how this new look Chris Paul, Gallinari, T-Wolves team can really do. Okay, so 50 wins on the season. Definitely working out here for the Timberwolves. Simulate against the New York Knicks and finish with a L on the season, of course, man. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure the T-Wolves would definitely take a 50-win season at this point. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, sometimes it's just about just getting to the playoffs and just being able to like experience it, that like atmosphere and everything like that. But we are the 5th seed, and we're actually going up against Chris Paul's former team, the Houston Rockets. So let's go to these player stats, see how everybody did for us. Wow. I was Chris Paul leading scorer at 20 points, 9 assists, and 2 steals per game. That's great. I thought Karl-Anthony Towns was going to average like 30. Ain't gonna lie, man. Wow, his scoring really went down. And I don't know if that's just like, I mean, his efficiency is up, so that's good. I don't know if that's just a matter of him just taking less shots, or maybe Chris Paul just finding him like smarter shots. I'm not really sure, man. I mean, the numbers, like, the efficiency is still really good. It's just I was expecting a bit better in the scoring department. But then again, you know, Chris Paul, 20 points right there. Gallinari, he can be a 20-point per game scorer. So that is going to take less shots away from, you know, guys like Karl-Anthony Towns. Jarrett Culver's a scorer. So really, man, they all played really nice together out there. Robert Covington, 9 points, 3 rebounds per game, 2 steals, about 1 block. Very good defensive numbers. Dion Waiters did really nice for us off the bench. So yeah, definitely surprised by some of these numbers here, but overall, man, we are in the playoffs. We're a 50-win team, so I ain't gonna complain about it. Let's go ahead and simulate this first round against the Houston Rockets. I don't know if we're good enough to get past Russell Westbrook and James Harden, but yo, we up 3-1, so 3-2. Come on, guys, come on, y'all got this, man. Hey, 4-2. So we beat Chris Paul's former team behind 28 points from Karl-Anthony Towns, 19 and 5 assists for Dion Waiters. I think that was definitely a low-key nice pickup for us. And now we go up against his next former team, the Los Angeles Clippers. Of course, the Hornets are no longer in the NBA. It is, well, it's the Pelicans now, but still. So we're not going to go up against them. All right, 3-2, and we lose 4-2 in the second round. You know what? I would kind of expect that. I mean, if they got to the second round, I think that's definitely a big-time W, but getting past, you know, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, did not really expect that. But with that being said, man, we're now going to this next offseason with, like, a plan in place. I do think Gallinari's contract is up, though, so there's no guarantees we get him back on the team. I might even want to use that money elsewhere. I think contractually, we might not be in the best situation because of Chris Paul's contract. But, so it might just come down to getting Gallinari back, or maybe doing some sort of sign trade with Gallinari. We'll kind of experience all that as we go ahead here, man. Let's go to the NBA draft. I don't know what our pick situation is, if we have, like, anybody's draft picks. So, very well, we could get, like, a top pick here. Okay, we get the 23rd pick in the draft. Definitely not bad. Let's go ahead and check out some trades real quick here. Yeah, we can't even offer up Gallinari, so we must be a free agent. So, we're going to go out here and draft somebody, hopefully somebody that can help us out with our bench. We got Jalen Smith. We got Nafale Dante. Ao Desanmu, who I think I do actually need a backup point guard. I had Shabazz, so he might be the best route to go. Let's see who's best available. Nafale Dante. So what kind of center is he actually? Damn, he's got a Vucevic ceiling. You definitely can't complain about that. Looks like offensively not the greatest, but he's got some really good defense, so he might actually be somebody to come off the bench behind Karl-Anthony Towns and provide that. Because we got Myers Leonard, but Myers, like, I would be okay with him at the 4 spot, if I'm being quite honest. Let's get Nafale Dante on this team, just to give us a little something extra off the bench there. You know what I'm saying, man? Okay, rookie signings, so we'll get him on the team. We got Cassius Winston from Michigan State, 68 overall player. I know he was good for the Spartans, but I don't really plan on using him for this rebuild, so I'll let him go to a different team. Josh Okaje, I would say his name wrong. That was probably just butchered that completely. And Kata Bates Jop, get both those dudes back. All right, qualifying offers, Jordan Bell. I'm going to let him walk, guys. I'm not a big Jordan Bell fan, if I'm being honest. Sorry to say that. I mean, don't mean to offend you if you like him a lot, but yeah, man. Okay, so Gallinari, we do have the brights on him. Myers Leonard also was a free agent, so it's a good thing we actually did get another center. I am going to throw Gallinari a contract here, but I very well could see myself doing a sign and trade just to like get this team to the next level if possible. And I do want to get Myers Leonard back if possible too, man. So yeah, we'll go for both of them. Make sure we get both those guys back. And all right, good to go there. Backup point guard. I don't know if Shabazz was signed like long-term, so I think like a Tyler Johnson, who, you know, I think is actually a really nice player when he gets paid a reasonable amount of money. Not like $25 million a season, but 2 years, $8 million. I like Tyler Johnson's actually an asset in that case. So, yep, we're good to go here, man. I am going to go ahead and simulate to the beginning of the regular season, check out some trades. I mean, like I said, Culver's going to be another year better, so is Karl-Anthony Towns. No like guarantees we need to actually make a trade, but you never really know, man. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that is the same starting five as of right now here, guys. Like I was saying, though, I'm going to look at some trades for Gallinari, so we'll see what's offered up. I'll toss in a future first-round pick even just to kind of see here, man. So we got Tobias Harris, Jair Smith. We got Enes Kanter, Marcus Smart, Montrezl Tyreke. Okay, yeah, not really the greatest trades out here, man. Definitely not the greatest trades being offered up. We got Bobo, Lonzo Ball. Don't really need a point guard like that, man. Nurkic and Nazir Little. It's not a bad trade. I could try Karl-Anthony Towns at power forward, although that could just completely fail. And we got Draymond Green. It's just way too easy to get on this game. Okay, so not really liking that. Let's do it this way. I'm trying to think like who would be a really nice fit at that 4 spot. Like LaMarcus Aldridge. I would take him if we could find a trade. Yeah, they want way too damn much for an old-ass LaMarcus Aldridge. Definitely not doing that. PJ Tucker would be cool, but not absolutely needed. Siakam, we're knocking him off the team. Blake Griffin, interesting. We got Zion, of course. Yeah, not really like Porzingis, but we're not going to find a good trade for him. Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns, not going to give him up. Aaron Gordon would be kind of interesting, I suppose. It's like athleticism would give us a nice little dynamic, and we can actually do a straight-up trade of Gallinari for Aaron Gordon. Now, he is younger, but he's rated less, so not absolutely like a pristine choice for a rebuild, but something to think about. Kuzma might want to change the scenario out there. No offers for him, so that's not happening. Julius Randle, 84 overall, might be able to get Gallinari for him straight up. Yep, that's not happening either. Marvin Bagley, okay. I was just thinking about somebody. Well, Paul Millsap for the Lolo. John Collins, no. I was thinking maybe Kevin Love back to the team if the price is right. And I don't know if that's going to be the case. Yeah, each one they want Chris Paul. I'm not trading Chris Paul in a Chris Paul rebuild. Lower Markkanen. Yeah, that's not happening either. Okay, so it might just be... Yo, how much y'all want for Ben Simmons? Okay, nothing there. Yeah, it might just be like a case of... just hoping for the best, man. That might just be what's happening in this video. So I'm going to go ahead real quick here and put Myers Leonard at power forward. So he goes up to an 80 overall. Wow, man, that's actually really solid. Ooh, I could actually try this out. Let me see what this is looking like. Gallinari at small forward goes to an 85. Could go with a large-ass lineup like that and use Covington off the bench. I'm kind of digging that. Kind of, maybe. Makes our lineup really tall, so we're kind of like going up there with like the 76ers as far as like tallest lineups in the entire league, because Leonard is like 7'1", but I think I'm gonna actually try this out here, man. I'm kind of all for that. Let's go with CP3 at about 34 a game. Yeah, then Robert Covington come off the bench with Deion Waiters. That just makes it like a really deadly second unit. Let me get you at like 31. That is gonna be the team there, man. A little nervous about it. I don't know if it's a championship team, but it is only the second season, so we could do something next offseason too. Yo, Taylor Jenkins kind of looking like a KrispyFlakes, man, back when I had hair. Kind of like spiking it up, man, you know, senior year, something like that, trying to be cool. Looks like he's had a little bit too many Krispy Kremes too, which, you know, back in the day, man, I've never actually had an official Krispy Kreme. I'm going to go ahead, though, and simulate this second NBA season, see if this team's not really a new look team, just newly assembled team. See if they go out there and get some W's. Okay, so a huge improvement from last season, guys. We are going for our 59th win here against the Los Angeles Clippers. We can beat them going to the playoffs. That'd be nice. And we end up with a W there, guys. Stephen Curry as your MVP. I'm really excited to see, you know, how like Jarrett Culver and guys like that did for our squad out there, man, because I really think it was probably their progression that helped take this team to the next level. But we are the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. Let's go to these player stats on the season. So, Cap, there we go, man. That's what I'm talking about. 26 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists per game. Nice to see his numbers up. Chris Paul at 20 and 11. Gallinari did really solid at that small forward spot. Jarrett Culver at 17 points. Dion Waiters great off the bench. Myers Leonard was actually pretty nice at that 4 spot, man. Would have been nice to see, like, at least 1 block per game, but that's not really his, style out there. And then, Robert Covington still bringing it nice off the bench there, guys. So, first round, we got the San Antonio Spurs. Simulate current round here to see how this goes for us, man. And so far, so good. We are up 3-0, 3-1, and we beat them 4-1, guys. And it looks like the Utah Jazz upset the Lakers in a sweep, 4-0. So that makes things easier for us, hopefully, unless, they're just having one of those crazy Cinderella stories going on for them. They very well might be. Nope, we're up 3-1, and 4-1, we're in the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. I didn't think I was going to be saying that all that much this year, but Culver at 30 points, 7 rebounds. His rating is now an 82 overall. And Chris Paul, I like CP3, man, like historically, but I will say he's a little overrated at this point in his career when it comes to 2K. Like, he's always like a top 3 or 4 point guard, it seems like, in this game. Simulate round against the Golden State Warriors, and we got swept 4-0, man. It seems like that's kind of been like the course of this rebuild. It's definitely been like a whole like stepping stones thing going on here, where it's like, all right, you got to the second round, you lost. Okay, you got to the Western Conference, now you lost. So hopefully the next case isn't getting to the finals and losing. Hopefully it's getting to the finals and winning. But we will see how that goes for this year, man. I don't really got too much going on for this offseason because, once again, I don't think we have a lot of money freed up. Staff signing. So we got Taylor Jenkins. Yeah, we're going to fire him real quick here and get ourselves a better head coach. You know what? Give me D'Antoni. I'll take Mike D'Antoni. I'll give him a little extra cha-ching there, too, just to convince him he signs up for that. Okay, NBA draft. Not going to worry too much about that for this one, just because it's not really going to help us that much for this final season of the rebuild. We end up getting Malik Jamison yet. Was that Chris Bosh? Again, redrafted, recarnated. Chris Paul back on the $44 million deal, which I will say, it's actually turning out to work out nicely in the Timberwolves' favor. Like, yes, that's a lot of money, but these players are all turning out pretty. I mean, Chris Paul's like turned out to have like a nice like end of career with this team. So if that's what it takes, look at all these players, man, freed up right here, guys. But we can't afford any of them because of Chris Paul, unfortunately. I think like Ignas Brazdeikis. I already got Covington. I don't really need him at all. We still got that 4 spot that's kind of wide open. I'm thinking a trade might be in play here. I'm going to get Dion Waiters back, though, because he's been like a big piece of our puzzle. So get him back on the team. But yeah, man, like I said, not really a lot going on this offseason. We're going to have to hope that our team just continues to like progress nicely along each other. I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the beginning of the regular season. Might look at some trades. Not sure yet. Depends if anything's like worth going and seeking. So we'll see how that all goes. Okay, so I found a trade that's extremely risky, but I think I'm going to go all in for it, guys, for this final season. Gallinari, Myers Leonard, and 2 first-round picks for Trae Young. But the thing about this trade here, man, is that Trae Young's only on a 1-year deal. We very well could just like lose him after this season, but for me, I'm trying to win the final season, so it seems like it's worth it. And we also get Derek Favors at the 4 spot. I did not like him alongside Rudy Gobert, but I feel like he would actually fit like perfectly alongside Karl Anthony Towns, just because, Karl can actually like space the floor on like Gobert was unable to do so. So I'm going to try this trade here, man, and this is how we're going to run it. We are going to switch Culver to a small forward, goes up to 85 overall. Tricky Trae is going to go to a shooting guard, and that's just going to be his focus. And we got Chris Paul at the point guard spot. So it's kind of a crazy looking lineup there, but it allows us to continue using Robert Covington off the bench. Our bench unit in general is just still really nice. I like you a lot, Josh. I think you were going to have a future there with the Thunder, but I need my point guard to get some minutes right there. We already got Dion Waiters. So yeah, we are going to go with this for our rotation. Let's go ahead and get CP3 has more minutes, but I feel like this team right here is like, it's all in, man. Like, this team's all in. We could definitely win a championship this season, and it's going to be an interesting lineup, but here we go, man. Let's go ahead and simulate this third and final one. Tricky Trae as shooting guard. It's like Chris Paul's actually played, with like double point guard backcourts before. I know, because even like, James Harden was a ball dominant guy, so like he knows how to play the guys like that. Used to do it with Chauncey Billups on the Clippers for a bit. So yeah, man, let's see how this goes for us. So there we go, guys. I just solved 3 issues in this video. I made Chris Paul valuable again. I got Andrew Wiggins off you guys' team. And I got you guys the best record in NBA history. I mean, what more could Minnesota Timberwolves fan want? Probably an actual NBA championship, which, you know, based off this track record, it's looking like that's definitely a possibility. But we'll see what actually happens. And look at that, man. Karl-Anthony Towns, MVP. I've never actually seen him get MVP in this game, so that means we put the right pieces around him to succeed. 26 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 to 2 blocks per game. Absolutely insane there, man. Absolutely insane. We got Mike D'Antoni as Coach of the Year. It was actually a 4.5-star, 7-second offense proficiency, which is kind of like tough to get, I think. So that was kind of cool, but yeah, definitely happy with this team here, guys. First seed in the Western Conference. Even if we don't win the playoffs, which I don't see why we wouldn't. Look at that, man. Oh, my God. Tricky Trey, 27 points. Why y'all run him at point guard, Atlanta Hawks? Let the man run shooting guard, and he'll drop you 27 and 7 on the daily. Jarrett Culver was absolutely amazing at that small forward spot. I was a little nervous about that, but being 6'7", he could definitely be that, which might actually be the future he holds here anyway. Chris Paul at 17 and 11. Derek Favors, like I was saying, the absolute perfect power forward alongside Karl-Anthony Towns in this case, and the bench unit was just off the charts too, man. So here we go. First round, Utah Jazz simulator round. Maybe I'll just lose in the first round and I'll just start raging, and that's just the end of it, man. But 75-7. Come on, Ronnie. I know you don't like me. That's all right. I don't like you very much either. Actually, I don't like you at all. But you got to give me this one. You got to give me this championship. Like, I got to do it for T-Wolf Nation, man. Because I think... How did my OKC Thunder video end? I don't remember that ended in a championship or not. You're going to have to watch it and let me know. Portland, while I wasn't looking, almost beat me in a 7-game series. So I don't feel too promising going up against the Dallas Mavericks here, who are the 3rd seed, as we almost just lost to the 5th. Simulate round. Maybe we'll just sweep them. I'll be good to go. Come on, guys. There we go. And 4-0. Oh, no. We have the Charlotte Hornets. Yo, why is Giannis on the Hornets? Oh, my God. Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing that today. All right, Ronnie. Your last freaking defense right here. We almost just lost. Karl-Anthony Towns, your Finals MVP, guys. We almost just lost that in a 7-game series to the Charlotte Hornets. That would have been like the biggest troll in NBA history. But regardless, this video ended in a victory, man, in a dub, as you might say. Do you guys like the trade rumor rebuilds better? Or do you like when I used to like actual teams that are just how they are right now? You guys let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, my friends.